So, since we got Miitopia on the Switch, I think it's time to do something special. What's that special something, you may ask? Well, it's a freaking iceberg, of course. The tradition on YouTube that is done to death. And, I kinda wanna do it. It seems fun. So, let's create the Miitopia Iceberg. If you don't know what an iceberg is, it's basically lore in the game that is not known. I'm not exactly sure. It started with Super Mario 64, L is real and stuff like that. But I'll explain it in even greater detail. Layer 1, which I'll be referring to as the bun, is basically basic information about the game. Layer 2, which is the lettuce, is information that is really known by everyone, but needs some explaining. Layer 3, the cheese, is information that is somewhat uncommon and requires much more explaining. Layer 4, also known as the patty, is not known by many and requires explanations. And finally, the bun, aka Layer 5. These are my own personal theories that some may share, but I came up with these. So, yeah, that's nice. And before I dive into this game, it's an obvious spoiler warning. Please do not continue if you do not care about Miitopia. Please do not continue if you are in the process of playing the game, watching a Let's Play, or you care about Miitopia and you want to buy it. But, I don't know, the people who watch these videos usually play the game or heard about it in some capacity, shape, or form. But anyways, let's get started. Miitopia, the game itself. Miitopia is an RPG game that has elements from Tomodachi life, such as friendships and personalities. The game was released in 2016 for Japan and was localized in 2017 for the rest of the world. It was revealed in a Nintendo Direct in about April 2017. 1 million copies worldwide as of February 28th, 2021. A demo was available for the game, covering up until the Kingdom's End. Miitopia, the place where the game takes place. Of course, it's called Miitopia. Miitopia is where the game takes place, obviously. It's divided into 10 separate lands. Tomodachi Life and Miitomo. These games are used in Miitopia. During casting your Miis, you can use save data from Tomodachi Life and Miitomo. Since Miitomo was on a phone, which the 3DS obviously isn't a phone, you can only scan QR codes to use in your game. Switch port. Miitopia is receiving a Switch port. It includes HD graphics, wigs, makeup, new events, and UI. It comes out later this year. Mii Central. Mii Central is a feature in the game that uses the 3DS's internet feature and Nintendo network. It still works to this day. Most Miis you'll see here are fictional characters, OCs, and joke characters. Mostly joke characters nowadays. Secret Islands. Once you beat the Dark Lord, you get access to 2 new islands, Gyarados Isle and New Lumos. Ghost Isle is just a normal run-of-the-mill island, basically cool post-game content. And New Lumos is kind of a boss rush. Once you get Domonic, you can travel to Powder Peaks and Peculia. These are not normally accessible during the main story. Domonic. Domonic is a dragon you get after beating him in a fight. Yay! Now you can fly with him. Neat. Horse. The horse, also called by fans as Juan, is a horse, obviously, in the Switchboard. You can grow a friendship with him, get special events, and even ride him during your main quest. Nice. Inns. Inns are places that the Miis visit after a quest filled or completed. You can just go to the menu and go there. This is where you can eat grubs, play mini games, or buy new gear. Custom Mii Maker. The Mii Maker in this game is a precursor to the Nintendo Switch Mii Maker. It lets you change the Mii's hairstyles, but it's tempting to import one into the Mii Maker of the 3DS. It will just default into a normal hairstyle color. Traveler's Hub. Traveler's Hub is just quest. You can get food tickets and gold. You can even get some items here too. +18 rating. And so in Russia, they're apparently very anti-LGBT and did have same-gender relationships in Miitopia. The game was rated 18+ in Russia, which makes no sense because you can't get married in Miitopia, but that's just my opinion. Casting Call. Casting Call is a free app available on the eShop. Casting Call is a trailer app. There's no real purpose to it. You cast Miis and make custom trailers. Other than that, it's just, it's just advertisements. Bat and Elf jobs. These are secret jobs. Elf can be used once you finish Gyarados Isle. Bat is only available after you complete a quest. I haven't played Miitopia, or I haven't finished Miitopia in 3 years since I played it in 2017. So I don't remember what the quest is. Tower of Dread. The Tower of Dread is a boss rush. You fight all the bosses from the main game. It's harder than normal because you're at a very high level when you get to this place, and beating it just gets you achievement. It's not really worth it in my opinion. Trashy Clothes. Trashy Clothes are just bad clothes that can be earned in the minigames. They're really bad and serve absolutely no purpose. Protagonist is a murderer. In a certain ending, you seal away the dark curse. He thanks you, and then he disappears. The dark curse was a real person who had self-esteem issues, by the way. If you get this ending and go to New Lumos City, the reborn dark curse doesn't actually appear, hinting to his death. Demons in Miitopia. Imps exist in Miitopia. An imp is a demon. The Dark Lord is also a demon. Cheesecake Factory. When you fight the Dark Lord, the first one, not the sage, he says he was working in the Cheesecake Factory when he was captured. Nothing else is really known about this, and I don't know what actually led this to happen. Miitopia is a stage play. In Miitopia, there's a ton of things in the UI referencing curtains on a stage. And when you finish the game, the biggest hint to this is when the curtains close. The logo shows, and there's a spotlight and cheering. Also, remember casting call? Casting calls are usually used in movies or plays to see who fits in a role. Tomodachi Life is canon. On the Nintendo Direct, the Direct says,
Tomodachi Life friends can soon embark on a great adventure. The fantasy setting for their journey is a Nintendo 3DS game called.
This proves that the Islanders are real in the Tomodachi Life canon. Miitopia canon. But this proves that the Islanders could actually be in Miitopia. I don't think this confirms that Tomodachi Life is canon 100%, but is a pretty fat chance. Miitopia happened in 2016. Since Tomodachi Life has a time mechanic and it could potentially be canon, it could be possible that Miitopia happened in 2016 because Tomodachi Life has an in-game timer, but that timer is actually based off of real life. And finally, my craziest theory. If Tomodachi Life is canon, the Cold War and Berlin Crisis happened in Miitopia. I want you to check out this video about Tomodachi Life Iceberg, and I'll link in the description. But here's the clip.
In the Japanese and European versions of the game, it is possible to take a trip to Germany. When Miis do take a trip to Germany, they may come back with a souvenir of a piece of the Berlin Wall. This souvenir implies that the Berlin Crisis and the Cold War happened in Tomodachi Life lore.
Wait, if Tomodachi Life is canon, that means everything is canon. Think about it. If Miis can travel to countries that are based off of the real world and space exists in there, that could potentially hint that Tomodachi Life happened in real life. All of it. Everything. The dinosaurs. Everything. Tomodachi Life takes place in 2013 to anywhere in the future. Tomodachi Life also has a dream where you go back to see Tomodachi Collections Island. But if Miis can travel and Tomodachi Life happened in 2013, that means Miis are living among us. They have their own games and consoles, but that means they can play their own games and create another universe, and then those Miis can create another universe, and then those Miis can create another universe, and then another. Wait, do you guys hear that? You've learned too much information. Turn off the phone now. Be sure to like and subscribe. Bye. Also check out that video.